Build an ocean before you build multiple income streams. Okay, so this is something that took me a while to understand and see the big reason why you need to do that, and also especially in the time and generation where we live, where people are talking about side hustles, side hustles, side hustles, to the point where you start asking, what is your main hustle, and can the main hustle even be able to supplement you? And that's the reason why I want to talk about building an ocean before building multiple income streams. And this is very important when it comes to finances and building wealth and whatever it might be. And also in general, I've been able to study other great people, other great investors like Warren Buffett. You know, you can talk about the people who are basically, you know, the whatever 1%, whatever you want to call them, and how they were able to do it. And I'm basically trying to like kind of replicate it in my own way and also be able to share what I've been able to find. Now, usually the one thing that usually sets up people to build other income streams is they usually have one ocean it's very, very stable. And the reason why I use the word ocean compared to stream is because an ocean is able to endure more harsher conditions. For example, let me ask you this question. Would you rather have an ocean, okay, size-wise, condition-wise, and everything else to be your revenue source, where you're able to get your income, or do you rather have a river, a stream, or something where you want to depend on that more? So when you have an ocean compared to a river is basically when harsher conditions come in, like say for example economical issues, the economy can go down, that happens, the stock market, job loss, whatever it might be, you don't really want to necessarily say you want to depend on that stream, that river, because guess what? If the conditions get harsher, it get dry, whatever, drought, whatever crazy conditions, the river's probably going to dry up first before the ocean. The ocean is probably going to end up enduring more harsher conditions. Kind of like the oceans we have right now in the world have been there for thousands and thousands of years, but we've had some lakes, like for example, I believe in South Africa, they're experiencing drought because one of the main source of where they've been getting water started to dry up. It's not from the ocean. And so the reason why I tell people, or at least what I've been able to learn as well, is you want to focus on building an ocean to be your main source of income. Okay, I'm not saying you go build literally an ocean, but this can literally be your main career, your main job. You want to be able to make sure that's able to be very stable. It can be a business, okay? It can be a business. Instead of trying to like start one business and as soon as you start making $1, you try and go to another business and try and start making $1. Instead, you want to stick to that business, make a lot of, generate a lot of revenue, make it very stable to the point where you can be able to be like, you know what, for the next 10, 15 years, I'm pretty sure I can be able to keep generating cash from this one, compared to a side hustle that can be able to dry up at any time. It's more risky. You're not sure when it's going to dry up or it's going to be able to sustain. You cannot depend on multiple of that. It's just basically, people think like, oh, the more you diversify your risk, the better it is. Warren Buffett even teaches against that. Diversification or too much diversification is for people who don't know what they're doing. If you know what you're doing, you can focus and laser in on something that's going to be able to yield better returns. Now, here's the beauty of building an ocean first. Okay, I'm going to talk about the 3 key things. Number 1, building an ocean, as I just mentioned before, it's able to reduce the risk. You're able to actually be very assured that you can be able to generate more cash in the future. And what that does, it removes the fear out of the equation when you start generating more income streams, when you start investing and diversifying your portfolio. Because the reason why a lot of people don't invest is because of fear. They're like, what if that money goes out? What if I lose money? What if that business does not succeed? What if that side hustle does not get where it needs to get to? When you have an ocean that's your main source of income, the fear is less, and that means you're able to take more risks. So of course, use proper risk management as you do it. I've talked about it in my other earlier videos when it comes to the Money 101 series. And then number 3, which is a very key important part, is you'll be able to generate more wealth and you'll be able to actually grow your wealth at a better rate when you have an ocean that's able to support your different income streams, okay? So like for example, if you look at big companies like, it can be Facebook, it can be Apple, it can be whatever company it might be. It can be a food company, a nutrition company. Most large corporations, they have one big thing that generates a lot of money from them. Okay, like for example, Facebook is the Facebook corporation. It's basically Facebook generating most of the money, and then I believe followed by Instagram, and WhatsApp's currently not generating money, and then they have Oculus Rift, and they have other different projects. Now, Facebook is able to generate enough money, it's the ocean, that's able to supplement growth and other different things like that. For example, when Snapchat started competing with them, they had enough resources to be able to create Instagram stories and be able to add more features into WhatsApp and also Facebook stories and different things like that. The same thing for Google, for example. You remember when they tried the whole Google Glasses thing? It didn't work out too hot, right? But that did not really affect them too much. They were able to say, you know, that didn't work out. We still have our main revenue generators. Like, for example, they have Google search engine, which makes a lot of money for them. They have other different products. Like now, you know, they have the Android store. They have different, you know, Pixels. They're able to diversify on and survive. The same thing for Windows and Apple. Apple, for example, the iPhone is a hot seller from them, okay? And they can be able to create other different niche things like the Apple Watch and other different products. They have Apple Music, they have the iTunes Store, and all those different things. In general, every company, every person who's wealthy, they started with an ocean, okay? Warren Buffett started with an ocean as well, and then he was able to diversify into different things, okay? Sir Richard Branson, okay? Sorry about that. He also started with one company, and then he was able to diversify, and now they run multiple, I think over 50 different holding companies. Companies within the holding of the Virgin the Virgin Corporation. You know, they have Virgin Galactica, by the way, the whole space thing they're trying to do as well. The same thing for Amazon. Now that Amazon, the ocean itself, is able to generate a lot of cash. They have AWS. They're now starting to even launch things for delivery. They want to do their own delivery services by doing kind of a franchise thing. All these different companies, all these different people who have money or wealth, whatever. And I'm not talking about like billions or trillions, whatever it might be. I'm just talking about they're able to be well off financially. I already talked about this in the previous episode. It's not about like making $1 billion or gazillion dollars. It's just being financially well. All of them had some kind of ocean where their income started from, and where they're able to be like, you know, for the next 10 years, I know I'll still be able to generate cash flow from there. And then from there, they're able to diversify and build other income sources. Now, the reason why I wanted to make this video is based on my experience, where before, for a very long time, I had tried to, like, anytime I had made one income stream from one place, I tried to, like, okay, let me go try and make another one, and then another one, and maybe I'm gonna go make another one. And I thought that, oh, the more I have every at the same time, I'll be able to survive longer. But recently, I started to say, you know what, let me slow down. Let me focus on this income stream. And now this income stream, I'm scaling it. And within that income stream, I'm creating diversification within it to be able to be more stable. So basically trying to make sure that income stream, that investment is able to generate cash flow for at least the next 10 to 20 plus years. And I want to have that kind of guarantee and be able to know, even if the economy goes down, even if competitors come in the market, even if this and that comes in, I can be able to be assured that it can still be able to generate a certain amount of cash flow. And then once I know that cash flow is there, I can be very confident in going to try and diversify and invest in different areas and create other income streams. And by doing that, I can be able to do the same calculations I did on the first main income stream. I can go and focus on one diversification. Now, sometimes, of course, you know, things like real estate or maybe the stock market, those are things you enter, leave, hold for long term. Now, side hustles as far as businesses, those require more attention since you're doing it more day to day. And that's why you want to use the concept of where you build an ocean and then you build a stream from it, and then basically at the end of the day the cash starts to flow. So you have, you know, an ocean and then you have multiple income streams. So basically, to summarize this video, build an ocean before you try and build income streams. Trust me, as soon as you grasp this concept and as soon as you start applying this concept, you're going to see the difference it's going to make. Okay, just try to think this for a second. You just graduated college. Let's say, for example, you went in for engineering, computer science, whatever it might be. You just got your first job, career, whatever you want to call it, and you basically started earning X amount of money a year, okay? And you're like, you know what? I want to make 2 times this amount of money. You know, I'm going to go apply for another job and another job and another one and another one and another one. You're going to end up burning out. You're going to end up starting to do less performance on your main one. You might end up getting fired at one of them. You might end up, you know, it's like, whoa, dude, like you don't even come on time. You don't do the work. You're never on, like all those different things. It's very hard to maintain it. But if you're able to basically stay at the same place, make sure it's stable, and as soon as you know how to manage that and manage your time, then you're able to actually be like, you know what, I can get something on the weekend as well that can complement this. I can start building a certain thing. I can start investing here and there. Then that makes more sense because you're not trying to, you know, dump yourself with so much stress to the point where you completely break on everything, and you don't want that to happen. Okay, so that's why you want to be able to start with an ocean and then multiple income streams. And I hope that makes sense, and hope you enjoyed this episode of Money One-on-One, and we'll see you on another episode. Okay, highly recommend for the people who have not watched the earlier series, go to my YouTube channel /Entrepreneur Vault, and I already did a couple of videos that kind of introduce diversification, introduce proper management, high risk, low risk, medium risk, whatever it might be, and different things like that. So thank you very much for watching, and see you on another episode. Peace to thee out.